Walk into a tackle shop for the first time, and the lure wall can feel overwhelming. Blades, hooks, plastic tails, shiny fish, floating plugs, strange little creatures. It can look like a box of random objects. But they are not random. Every lure is designed to solve a different fishing problem. Underwater, fish do not read packaging. They react to movement, flash, vibration, profile, and weakness. Once you understand what each lure is trying to imitate, choosing the right one becomes much easier. The jig is one of the simplest and most dependable lures. It is built around a weighted head molded directly onto a hook. That heavy head pulls the lure down to the bottom, where bass, walleye, and many other fish naturally search for food. Most jigs are paired with a soft plastic trailer or a skirt made of rubber or silicone. When the angler lifts and drops the rod, the jig hops, settles, and pulses like a crawfish or small baitfish trying to escape. Because it can be worked slowly and placed precisely, the jig is a confidence bait when fish are tight to cover. A spinnerbait looks unusual because it is built on a bent wire frame that separates the hook from one or more spinning metal blades. As it moves forward, the blades rotate, sending flashes of light and a steady vibration through the water. Behind the hook, the skirt expands and contracts, giving the lure the profile of a small moving baitfish. Spinnerbaits became a favorite in American bass fishing because they can move through weeds, grass, and wood with fewer snags than many exposed lures. That mix of flash and thump is especially useful when the water is cloudy and fish need help finding the target. A crankbait is a hard-bodied lure shaped to resemble a small fish. The plastic lip at the front pushes against the water, forcing the lure to dive and wobble during the retrieve. The size and angle of that lip help decide how deep the lure will run. A short lip keeps it shallow near banks, rocks, and cover. A longer lip can send it down toward deeper structure. Many crankbaits also have small internal rattles, adding sound to the presentation. That tight wobble suggests an injured baitfish moving just wrong enough to get noticed, and for a predator that can trigger a fast reaction strike. A jerkbait is different. It is not meant to be reeled in smoothly. It comes alive through sharp twitches of the rod and sudden pauses. Each twitch makes the lure dart side to side, but the pause is often the most important part. Many jerkbaits are balanced to suspend in the water, hanging there like a stunned baitfish that cannot quite swim away. In colder seasons, when fish are too sluggish to chase fast prey, that quiet pause can be the moment that triggers the strike. A swim bait is built around realism. Its job is to look like a real fish swimming naturally through the water. Some swim baits are soft plastic with flexible tails that kick as they move. Others are jointed hard lures that bend through the water section by section. Compared with lures that rely heavily on vibration, sound, or flash, a swim bait tries to convince the fish with a natural body shape and smooth swimming motion. Larger swim baits often appeal to anglers hunting bigger fish because the lure represents a serious meal moving slowly and confidently. The soft plastic worm is simple, flexible, and quietly effective. It is shaped like a long worm or leech, and small rod movements can create subtle, lifelike motion. When rigged so the hook point is hidden inside the body, it can slide through weeds and brush where fish feel safe. This is why soft plastic worms changed modern bass fishing. They let anglers work slowly, quietly, and deep inside heavy cover where other lures might snag. A creature bait does not copy one exact animal. It borrows from several at once. Claws, legs, flappers, and little moving parts everywhere. As it moves, each appendage shifts and pulses independently, creating the impression of something alive on the bottom. Anglers often use creature baits around thick vegetation, submerged wood, and structure, where fish expect to find crawfish and other bottom-dwelling prey. Then there is the topwater popper, a floating lure designed to stay on the surface and make noise where fish can hear it from below. The front of the lure has a cupped face. When the rod is twitched, that face catches water, creating a splash and a sharp popping sound across the surface. To a predator below, it can look like a struggling insect or baitfish trapped in the open with nowhere to hide. That is why topwater strikes can be so sudden and violent. A walking bait also floats, but instead of popping, it glides left and right in a smooth zigzag pattern. Anglers create this motion by twitching the rod rhythmically while leaving a little slack in the line. The lure slides side to side like a wounded baitfish trying to escape across the surface. Because that movement covers a wide area, fish can notice it from a distance and rise from deeper water to investigate. So the best lure is not always the newest, the biggest, or the most expensive. It is the lure that matches the water, the cover, and the mood of the fish. Once you understand what each lure is trying to imitate, the tackle box stops looking confusing and starts looking like a set of tools.